And welcome to Mildenhall and Volmer. And my apologies for the slight delay in the stream. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it seems that YouTube hadn't quite sorted itself out, so it made me sort of a few minutes late trying to get this stream started. So bear with me 1 minute and I'll just make sure that all is good with the, I guess it's technical difficulties, I guess. That's just, yeah, I think so. I think we've got the live chat going. Anyway, if you're in the chat, don't be afraid to say hello. And today is a bit of an impromptu sort of live stream today. Hello, David Atkins, and welcome to the stream. You are the first one here. Hello, Alan from Dragon Junction. Also, welcome to you too. I hope, David, you're okay over there in Canada, and hope your health is bearing up. So, I've been loving your train videos of what you've been doing out and about. So, you know, I've really enjoyed it, so keep it up, and hopefully you'll be on the mend pretty soon. So today is all about new and news, because there's quite a lot to talk to you about. And hello, Andy Morland, welcome to the stream. And it's nice, it's my first stream of 2022. I had a little bit of difficulty getting onto the stream today because, oh good, I'm glad you're getting a bit better, David. Take care anyway, and I'll keep monitoring your videos, because the irony of my layout is it was called Mildenhall and Volmer, as we all know, and it still is. Hello, Anthony Strathmore Junction. I have not seen or heard from you in a long time, so it's really nice to have you on board and on the stream. Hello, Andrew Dobson. Thank you for the compliment on the Class 47. And so, you know, I'm glad you like it. It's actually on the layout. Warwick Road Model Railway, thank you for joining. And yes, that Class 47 has been on the layout, and then we'll get onto that shortly as well. So yeah, I just wanted to say that there's been a big American influence that's going to be happening to Mildenhall and Volmer. And it's got nothing to do, don't worry, you won't be seeing HO scale American locomotives or anything like that. Although I am quite partial to them, I'm starting to get a bit of an understanding of them, but you won't be seeing them. But I love the way that the Americans do, and the Canadians, because obviously they've got like, a lot of them have got like big basements and things and large layouts, and I guess everyone sort of aspires to that kind of thing. So I'm going a little bit down there. Hello, Route 7 Railway. Welcome to the stream. And I've got you all on my big screen right in front of me, so I can actually see everybody kind of doing what they're saying, seeing what they're saying, and all the rest of it. So yeah, there's South Line, Southern Line. Danny, welcome to the stream. Oh, Danny boy. Oh, it's nice to have Danny on the stream. So yeah, so everyone's just saying hello to each other, which is good, and we've got 20 people on board so far. So that is absolutely fabulous. And like I said, this is my first stream for 2022. I don't normally do live streams at the moment, and there's a few good reasons why I don't do them. It's just A, in case for whatever reason I end up can't doing them, and I don't want to let people down, and B, I always tend to find that that live streams the picture quality tends to sort of not be as great. So hang on a second, let me just make sure. Give you a little wipe. So today is all about news and new, because right. No, I thought I hadn't seen anything from you, Anthony. Like I said, I had wondered about you to see whether or not you were all right health-wise, and whether you're still doing anything with the layout and everything. So yeah, especially in these times of coronavirus, you know, we're always kind of looking out for one another to make sure that everyone's okay. Bassett Cheesecake Videos, good evening. Yeah, I have been. Oh, and John Warner's here. So yeah, now we can get the party started. Now John Warner's in. You know, no offense, Alan. Yeah. But anyway, so what have we got? So I'm going to let's talk about. Let's see what we should talk about. Right, Susanna's Come Build With Me. It's a new series that I'll be bringing to you very, very soon, and it's going to be. I just wanted to sort of. I kind of feel like back in the old days, and this probably goes to show you how old I am. Hello, Collins Engage. Welcome to the stream. We might have heard of somebody called Bob Symes, and he used to do some videos on railway modelling back in the day for the BBC and stuff. And this is going back some time, like about 40 years or something. Anyway, we don't sort of really get. I guess it's a different take on things now, and we're all kind of technologically advanced now, and we're using iPads and all this kind of stuff. But some of the techniques I'll be showing you with Susanna's Come Build With Me has got really not much. Christian Train Spotter, welcome to the stream. Hasn't really got much to do with it. I'm just trying to show you how you can model things without necessarily needing an airbrush or without having a 3D printer. And it's no offense to those guys who do, because obviously, you know, why not go with the flow? If you know how to use the technology and you can do it, then you can make a lot and save yourself a lot of money and do it. And I've got no problem with that at all. It's just that what I wanted to do is show you some of the things that I've made just using your bare hands and basic tools, and to get some really, really decent effects without having all that expense of having to buy either an airbrush, say, or a 3D printer or whatever. And so that's kind of what the series is about. And also to help people who may be new to the hobby or maybe think their modelling skills aren't. And by the way, this is a disclaimer, I am not the best modeller in the railway modeller here or anywhere else by any stretch of the imagination. It's just the way of me doing things. And a number of people have suggested in the past, oh, that's a good idea, maybe you should show people how to do this or that, or I've liked the way you've done this and that. So this is going to be a combination of videos that I'm going to be putting together, and I'll also keep them all separate. And so some of them may be very short, some of them may be quite long, depending on what I'm doing. But what the idea of it is, say for example, if I'm showing you how to do fencing, it'll just be a video on fencing only. And then that way, if anyone wants to retrace their steps, they know that they can just go to the fencing video and it'll be just in that video alone, rather than sort of having a video where on the first episode I'm doing this, that and the other, and then you're trying to work out, oh, which episode did you do this or do that? And so the idea is all these episodes will be kept separate, and some will be shorter than others depending on what I'm making, but it just makes it easy to find. And those of you who have no interest in making one thing, but if they are interested in making something else, don't necessarily need to watch that video to get to this video. So that's kind of the idea of what I'd like to do, and hopefully encourage people to get into the modelling hobby. So I'm going to show you what I've been up to. First of all, let's show you what I've been up to, because I haven't been idle. My work has changed quite substantially, which has made it quite a lot more difficult for me to get my time and teeth into doing the railway modelling itself, but a lot has been achieved. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop you down. And as you can see, let me just show you here. So here is my link. Let me just pause back a bit so you can see this. And basically, so now you've now got a bird's eye view of my link here. And so this has now been the most recent thing that I've done, because obviously you guys have seen me work on Goswell sidings, but the link was left kind of bare when you last saw it. So now I've kind of moved on from that. And it's now been, it hasn't actually been tested since I ballasted it. So I need to get this cleaned and tested. But as you can see, it's just kind of got this kind of mini embankment down the side. And it's got this wall here, which is made out of card. And then that's been painted in the same blue as the walls in the corridor. And then after we've got this lichen built on this kind of oasis blocks, which I've been chopping up because I had some spare. So I've just been gluing and pasting it onto here, and then covering up with some plaster cloth and then painting it and mod rocking it and all the rest of it, and do put some liking on the top. This is something that I will be showing you how to make. This is the cable trunking. I haven't painted it yet, but this is the cable trunking that I've been making. This is my own cable trunking. This will save you an absolute fortune if you do it this way. It really will, rather than going to some of the model shops and some of the online retailers that charge you quite a lot of money for not exactly a huge amount. So this is all handmade. All of my cable trunking is handmade. So that'll be something that I will be showing you in the Susanna's Can Build With Me series. Also, this is catch pits here. There's one there, and there's one at this end as well. That is also something that I will show you that you can make yourself. Okay, it's not as detailed as what you'd get through some of the online retailers, but this is something, again, you see plenty on the railway. And like I said, if you go and spend money on these kind of things and you've got quite a big railway, it does soon add up. Thank you, Danny. That's very kind of you for hitting the like button. Fabulous stuff. I never actually ask people to hit the like button or subscribe, because I just like people to subscribe because they want to subscribe, rather than me try and sort of go, hey, go and hit the like button or subscribe. So I just always leave it up to people to make their own decisions. And so yeah, so this is, and then there's another little bit here of the cable trunking. So this is the kind of first part of the link, and if I just spin it around, you will see how it's built, and there's a block there to plug that in on that end, and the block there to plug in at that end as well. And then you just simply use you also use the dowlings, and that holds it into position. There's 3 there, and there's 4 at this end, and you just plug them in, and that holds it all together. And then after, it should all run fine in theory, which it has been. Like I said, I haven't tested it since I ballasted it, because this is something I've done very, very recently. And so there you go. So I hope you like that. So that's something new for the layout. Ooh, let's get you back over here. Posh woodwork. Do you know what? I've always enjoyed woodworking, even when I was at school, and I've always enjoyed woodworking. And my dad, when I was living at home, he always used to make custom furniture to fit the purpose of what he needed it for. It wasn't for a railway, but it was like he'd make stuff for the kitchen, or he made a walk-in wardrobe as well. So I guess I got all of that. Me and my brother, we both got those skills from my dad, and I'm very glad that I inherited those skills, because it's like I said, it's been a godsend for me doing this hobby. So and like I said, I still haven't painted this, but all of this is custom made to fit my needs. So what else do we have new on the layout? Well, let's move on to the table. Right, hang on 1 second, because there's quite a lot to show you. So this week, I've received a lot this week. Danny Boy 6483, welcome to the stream. Right, rusty rails. Weathering, yes. Rusty rails, no. That is my view on rusty rails, and the purpose for rusty rails is that they should be on sidings. I have seen so many people use rusty rails on mainline track, and it just doesn't work like that. So, and that's just my view. If that appeals to you, then far be it for me to sort of disagree. It's up to each and every one. But to me, rusty rails belongs on sidings or overgrown siding. Stephen Cameron, welcome to the stream. So this week, I received something this week. Now, in the end, as it turns out, I didn't need to spend the money on this. Not that it cost me a huge amount, and it will be used elsewhere. Charlie, over at Chadwick Model Railway. James Goulden, welcome to the stream. Well, it's nice to see you again on my stream, James Goulden. So it's nice to meet. Yes, I sort of vaguely remember meeting you at Eastleigh, so it's nice to see you again. I hope to get down there back to Eastleigh at some point soon. I do like going to Eastleigh. it's not too awkward for me to get there. So, and it's always a nice day out. Unfortunately, last time I went to Eastleigh, it wasn't very busy, so I didn't stay there for long. However, there's a very good model shop there called AC Models of Eastleigh. So any of you that live down there or know the area, please do pop into AC Models of Eastleigh. It's a great model shop. So back to what I was going on about, which was I bought the 47, as you guys know, from the Blue Pullman, which is on my layout. And I bought this based on Charlie Chadwick because I believed that I had to hardwire a chip into that 47. Now, as it turns out, a few subscribers on my last video that I did of the Blue Pullman had said to me, oh, no, you don't need to do any of that because I've got that set and it's already got a decoder socket in it. So you don't need to do any hardwiring. You just need to plug it in. So I was like, oh, okay then. Okay, that seems a bit odd because it didn't say it on the train set box and it didn't say it anywhere on the paperwork. But so when I opened it up, sure enough, it was ready, DCC ready. Considering how old that locomotive was, it was still DCC ready. So I didn't need this particular item. And this is, hello Johnson Street, welcome to the stream. So I got this little thing from, this is from Illuminated Models. And this is basically the exact same thing that Charlie had bought. Because usually I buy the harnesses for my projects, for my DC. Basically, this is for a DC to DCC conversion. So if you've got like an old Lima or an old Hornby and you want to sort of, hardwire it to DCC, usually I would buy a harness, as I've shown you many times before on my conversions. And basically, this is a different way of converting your DCC. So this was like a little circuit board, as Charlie would have shown you. So it's not, I wouldn't, he's done a grand video on that. So if any of you who are interested in using this to convert a DC to DCC model, then I would strongly suggest that you go and see Charlie Chadwick over at his channel, and because he'd done a great video on it. So, but I received that nonetheless. And although I won't be using it now, there is another project that I'm toying with that I might end up. Yes, yeah, it did actually in the end. Yeah, yes, John. In the end, that 47 was a bit more of a surprise than I'd bargained for, actually. Paul Linda, welcome from Massachusetts, America. Well, like I said, the Americans are coming to Mildenhall and districts, honestly. So I'm glad to have some Americans here on the chat. So that's the first thing. Right. Something else I forgot to mention. Hello, Digger Evans. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Something else that turned up was this little Andy. I did actually have one before, but I think it was in the British Rail colours, and it's one of these Land Rover Railers things. I forgot to mention it to you in the last stream, and that turned up to the now. Then I've got these to show you. So some time ago, I bought a GWR Class 57 and I love it to pieces. I do have some rolling stock for it, but I didn't have the important part to it. And basically I managed to track hold on eBay basically I'm trying to create a sleeper train. And basically I've got quite a few lights on the layout, and the idea is to get the whole layout lit at some point. And I wanted to get some additional coaches to go with my sleeper train, but these were coaches that are really just notoriously difficult to get hold of. And I managed to find a set of 3 on eBay. And this is what they are. Let's get them they're all pretty much the same, much of a muchness. So here you go. These are all Mark III, first Great Western sleeper coaches. And they're really nice. and they are used on the night Riviera service between Paddington and Penzance. And I'm sort of doing this as a transitional period kind of thing, because I can't get any of the GWR ones for love nor money. They're really difficult to get hold of. And then this guy was selling them at a pretty reasonable price, to be honest, compared to how awkward and expensive they can be. So I've got 3 of those. Now, to go with that, I also picked up today, thank you everybody for saying very nice. They are very nice coaches. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll take one out as a demo so you can have a good look round. I'll actually take one out for you so you can have a look. They are in really cracking condition, to be honest. Like I said, these are notoriously difficult to get hold of. I've got Johnson Street, I've got a GWR Class 57, a green one. So I'm basically mixing and matching the rake. So and this one's actually weathered. And there you go. And it's actually different on this side than it is to that side. So there's a different. I think this is the side where you've got the corridors along this side of it, and then the cabins are on this side. I think is how it works. Yeah, they are really nice. And like I said, considering that how difficult they are to get hold of, they weren't too expensive. And actually, the guy who I bought it from eBay, I bought all 3 of them from him, and he was a great seller actually, because I literally got them within, I think, the next day or the day after, which. Yeah, well, one of my plans is actually to travel on the Night Riviera Sleeper. It's something I really want to do. So that will be sort of hopefully happening this year. I was meant to do it last year, but obviously this ongoing Corona thingamy-bob is kind of, yeah, it kind of makes life a bit awkward at the moment for everybody. Right, the next thing I've got to show you is also to go with the sleeper set. But it can also be used alongside my HST set, because I do have GWR HSTs. So it is going to be the same. I managed to get, now these again are quite difficult to get hold of as well, but I managed to get hold of some. This is the GWR R4779B. There's also an A, which is exactly the same, just a different running number. And this is the Mark III buffet car for the GWR set. So that's that. So that will sort of run along. That will run along with either the HST. I could swap it out with the HST, or I can run it with a sleeper train. So and again, this was a pretty good price considering. This one was actually brand new that I bought. This one, I think I got it from Paul for about $34.99. Incidentally, if any of you are looking for a Mark III buffet in the first Great Western, the old Barbie colours, he does actually have one in stock. So if you do want one of those, then you can contact him at the Auto Model Centre. Yes, it's going to be a mixed rake, yeah, because I tried getting some green ones of these, but I just can't get hold of them for love nor money. So there we go. Now, for the really exciting bit. So hold on to your hats, folks, for this one. Oh, it's a bit of a wait. I have a new locomotive. So drum roll. Can anyone guess what it is yet? We'll find out in a second. So you can put some what in the chat. Right, my new locomotive. John A. Dawson got it in one. Yes, it is yet another 66. Yes, another shed. It's a beautiful one, actually. I've been meaning to I've been looking at this one for some time, ages and ages. As it so happens, one come up on eBay, and apparently it's it hasn't been used. It was like it's part of a collection and all the rest of it. And sure enough, it looks like it's been in the collection because it looks absolutely awesome. I have no idea. Right. Okay. Since you're so clever and think that you all got it in one, that was a 66, can any of you possibly guess the delivery of this 66 then? Because I doubt if any of you, because there's so many of them in different colours, you probably won't even know. But this one is, I've been after this one for a long time. And so here it is. This is 66720. The catalogue number is 327979V. And it's an exclusive Form Rail Express. So, yeah. So here it is. I've been after this for ages, to be honest, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful machine. It really is. It's actually been on the layout already. It doesn't have it was DCC ready when it arrived. Yeah, it is nice. It's beautiful, actually. It was. I think it was done. I think the livery was based on one of those where it was a competition for kids at. I think it was at a hospital. I think it was, or just kids in general to sort of create a livery for it, and then they picked one out at random. From what I remember, I know it's to do with kids. I can't remember whether it's from a hospital, whether it was just any child could sort of. So this was basically a kid do a drawing. What would you like to see on your Class 66? And a load of children submitted in various colours and liveries that they put on, and this was the winner. And it is an absolutely superb locomotive. It's in absolutely stunning mint condition, and here she is. And some of you will know that I am kind of partial to my special liveries, and I have got quite a few 66s with special liveries. And if I spin you around, the livery isn't actually the same on both sides. So there you go. So you can have a good look at it. Now I've seen this one. This has been around down south. I've seen it around the Eastleigh area before. I think last time I went to Eastleigh, it may very well have been parked in the. Thank you, David. She is gorgeous, lovely locomotive. So it came DCC ready, but I've actually got a Christian transport. I do have a CMEX 66. It's the same one that Alan's got. Oh, right, yeah. Well, you might very well be right, Collins Engage. I'm really not too sure whether that's actually. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's been a few where they've got various designs where they've asked, because GBRF are quite good like that. They like to get people involved, and they sort of say to people, "Oh, you know, to come up with ideas and things like that." So they're quite good at doing these kind of special livery ones. Like I said, I've got the Tube Map one, which is also special livery, and you've got the Evening Star, you've got the Biffa one, so you get all these kind of sort of odd liveries and stuff like that for the 66s that GBRF do. So this came DCC ready. I have fitted, it does have a sound chip in it, and I fitted that today. So it's now got a sound chip in it. This is the got the TTS sound chip on it. I did have the Pride of GBRF one. Yes, I do have that one, but not because Bachmann didn't release it. That's one of my sort of bit of a regret. I think it was Johnson Street, because when I last went to get, and now this is going back a few years ago, Rainbow Trains or I can't remember, one of the Rainbow Road repaints, they had a stand there, and they'd repainted a Bachmann 66 into the Pride livery, and I didn't buy it at the time, and I kind of regretted it. Rainbow Railways, yeah, that's it, yeah, because they do a few repaints here and there. And And so I looked at it, but I left it there because it was just too expensive. But to be honest, considering today's prices, is actually more or less the same thing. Um, yeah, they do some quality paintworks. Honestly, they really do. They do some cracking work. And I didn't get it. I do have the Pride one, but this is the cheap, cheerful Hornby one that I have. But um, I'm still very, very, very happy with that. So it's not really something that kind of I like. It would have been nice to have the Batman one or a Hattons one or something, but yeah, I have no idea how many 66s basically everyone now. It probably is going on for I don't think it's quite 30, but we are not too far off. Because I do also have the Freightliner one, which I bought recently, but I have an issue with that one that I bought recently. But when I bought it, when I realised I had an issue, I messaged the seller, and he basically got back to me. So I'll get it out for you and I'll quickly show you. Just bear with me one moment. Yeah, I've got to be careful with this one because this one's got. Okay. So, this is my other 66 that I bought relatively recently, and it's got a dodgy bogie on it. It's basically essentially it's a Batman locomotive, a Batman 66, but it's running like a Hornby 66 essentially, because it's only running off of one end. The reason being, it seems that the cogs are not engaging properly. I have actually tried to rectify it, but I haven't found a fix for it yet. This is the XDRS one, which is now Freightliner. I'll give you another. I love it because I love the weathering. I love the fact that it's X. Because I'm not really a huge fan of DRS. I do have a DRS 68, but that's not my main one. So it still runs all right, but it needs a new front bogie. I've checked because actually, funny enough, those of you who watched the Batman announcements would have seen that they've announced a new website for their spares department. So I've been on to their spares department and checking it out. And a new front bogie will cost me about £25, which is pretty much what I got reduced off of this when I messaged the seller to tell them that there was a problem with it. He gave me a £25 discount plus the postage. So that would actually cover the cost of the replacing the bogie. So that's something that I'll be looking at doing. I did try to see whether or not I could actually replace the bits that I actually need, but as it turns out on the Batman website, they're saying that you have to buy it as a complete bogie, which is fine because then it's just a matter of just plugging and playing really. Obviously I'll have to solder the new pickups, so just solder the pickup wires and that would be it. But I do love this locomotive. It is a beautiful locomotive, and so therefore, it was a must-have for me. So this is one of my other recent 66s that's arrived, but this one does actually need some work doing to it. Okie dokie. Geez, we're going for 33 minutes, is it? Wow. Right, news. Very exciting. I'm going on a road trip. Yes, it's very, very good. I'm really excited about this. I'm going on a road trip. Well, not a road trip, a rail trip. Now, some of you might remember my very dear friend Rails, Dave. He's actually working tonight, so he won't be watching or anything like that. But he is around, Dave Chaston. And you might see some of his videos, Dave's Railway Adventures. Now, we used to do quite a bit of Rails and Judy stuff in the past, but we haven't done anything like that for a long, long time. But it looks like it's about to change, because we're heading off for a little northern rail trip. Yeah, I'm sure they will do. If not, Hattons or somebody will probably. Well, actually, Hattons probably won't, because I'm not sure what they're doing now. Yeah, that one is another one I've been looking at, James. That one, but I did actually see one not so long ago, actually. But he wanted something really ridiculous for it. I think he wanted like £300 for it or something like that. I did see one on eBay going. I think he wanted £300 for it, but I was like, as Alan would say, just leave it there. So that's where it was, and I think somebody bought it in the end. So yeah, So the plan is, I've been watching. There's a couple of guys I've really yeah. There's a couple of guys on YouTube that I've been watching a lot of. One is called Hello Jennifer E. Kirk. Welcome, stranger. Nice to see you and have you on board. So the trip is going to involve. It's going to be a bit of a. We're sort of in the sort of early stage plan because I've now finally got a date. I've finally got a date for my holiday, which I've been trying to wrangle and wrestle from work for a little while now. So I'm just sort of diverted to the chat briefly. So I've finally got a date for my week off, and this is something that I've been trying to combine with a number of people to do, and that's the reason why I'm going up that way. It's because essentially I'm going up there to visit a friend, but to combine my railway hobby in terms, and obviously seeing my friend at the same time. So the plan is, so far, it looks like I want to go to Lincoln. It's basically Manchester via Lincoln and Sheffield is how it's going to work. So the idea is basically to catch from where I am. Yeah, I can imagine. I've seen some of the stuff over there, David Atkins. There's a guy out there called Railfan Dan or something. He does some amazing drone footage over in America. Honestly, it is absolutely stunning drone footage. Honestly, I was watching him the other day. Absolutely quality. Anyway, so I've been watching. I get sidetracked. I'm like a little kid with candy. It's like, anyway. So the idea is, I've been watching a lot of Don Coffey and Manchester Route videos, and they're basically train drivers, and they've been doing a lot of footage from the cab, which gives me a lot of inspiration, and it's given me a lot of inspiration for a number of my projects, including Goswell Sidings. And it's going to be appropriate because the trip will be from here, from where I live in Alton. I'd have to catch the SWR service to London Waterloo, or just to London in general, and then the plan is to go with rails via the Azuma 800 LNER up to Lincoln, and basically do some filming in Lincoln, and also to go and see Digitrax, which Andy will be familiar with. So I'm going to go to Digitrax. I've spoken to them to ask them about whether they've got specific opening times, because I know some model shops don't open on certain days, so you have to be a bit careful. So I phoned them up and they said, no, we're open all week long, Monday to Friday, not a problem. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to go to Lincoln first, spend some time in Lincoln, do some train spotting over in Lincoln, which has got some great places to see, and it's a beautiful city as well. So we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to travel to Manchester via Sheffield, because according to Rails, I have to change at Sheffield. So that gives me another excuse to stop in Sheffield, and I'm gonna go there to see it for myself. That should be good fun. So then the idea is then to go from Lincoln to Manchester via Sheffield, because that's all we have to change, and possibly go and have a look at Rails of Sheffield and see what they've got in their store and see if there's anything that appeals to me. No doubt there might very well be, but it could potentially be an expensive trip, but we'll see. So then from Sheffield, we go on to Manchester, and then my camera will probably be out quite a bit for my good friend John Warner, because I'm sure I'll be able to take some photographs if he wants me to, of various sections that he might need that might help him with his model railway at Manchester Piccadilly. So that is the plan, and then we're going to get some day rovers, and we're going to then start shooting off around the Manchester area via the Northern Rail network, and we'll be hopefully riding the 158s, the CAFs, and the 150s, and that's the thing. And one of the good things is the route between. Yeah, well, this is the thing, Andy, because the route between Sheffield and Manchester Piccadilly will be via the Hope Valley, and it is a beautiful valley. And guess where it goes past? Earl Sidings. my inspiration for Goswell sidings over in the corner there. So it's going to be, it should potentially be a really good trip. I'm really looking forward to it. It hasn't been sort of finalised with everything like that. We've been talking about it for some time, but now I've got a firm date now of my holiday. It now means that we can try and organise something. The only thing is whether or not the weather will play ball, and whether or not, you know, who knows whether we're going to get snow or disruptions and all the rest of it. So yeah, it should be. Like I said, we want to go to Hebden Bridge, and as well, we want to go to Hebden Bridge Station, which is very picturesque, really picturesque sort of station and signal box that they've got going on up there. Now, if any of you are interested on this, head over to Don Coffee, and you'll be able to look at some of his videos in and around that part of the world, and that will give you a rough idea. And to be honest, I will probably end up going, I think that the route from Sheffield to Manchester Piccadilly does actually go across New Mills Central, I want to say, the one that's on the precipice. John Morley will probably know better. So yeah, that's the news. So, and the thing is, whilst I'm up at Lincoln at Digitrax, I am planning. Hello, Chris Jubb, welcome to the stream. So whilst I am up there, wow, there is a lot of people. Let me just get, so my eyesight is either really dodgy or what, but it looks to me like it says it's 55, 56 people watching. If that's the case, that is extremely wicked. Thank you all, you guys. That's really cool. So yeah, I'm chuffed now that you lot are all on the stream. It's like really cool. So I'm really pleased. So that's good. Right. So we've been going for some time now. Do you want to see what I've been doing at Goswell Sidings? See how far I've got with that. Yeah, well, that's the thing. We're going to see Martin Stocks. Welcome to the stream. I must have missed you coming on, but yeah, we're going to be getting some Rover tickets for that. I'm leaving my train guru Dave to be in charge of that, so he'll be in charge of the travel arrangements and everything like that. So yes, Peter Bean, welcome to the stream. So we're going to go off to Goswell Sidings, and you can show you. Yeah, I can't remember. I know I've seen the video, but I've seen quite a few of his videos, and they are well worth a watch. And when you're looking for inspiration for your model railway, a top tip is just watch these kind of videos, these videos of cab rides, and then you can just have your phone at the ready, and if you see something you like, just quickly take a snapshot of it, and then you've got it as a record or as a memory, and sort of take that with you to your layout and sort of go, look, I can, you know, just sort of like recreate that on my own layout, which is what I've been doing. Yes, through New Mills, fabulous. So if I get a chance to stop off there, I'd like to get off there because it looks like such a beautiful scenic place that I think I'd really enjoy it. So, but I don't know how often the trains run, and I'd have to speak to my train guru Dave about all of this. So before we go and finish the stream, we're going to go off to Goswell Sidings because I'm going to show you what I've been doing over there. Right, ready for this? Right, stay there a second. Let's see how this is going to work. This could get a bit bumpy, folks. Okay. Okay, we've gone for a little goosey gander, and here I am at Goswell Sidings. Right, let's spin the camera around. Ta-da! Right, okay, we're here now. Well, let's start over here. So we've now added some more trees. Loads more trees. This is the cable trunking that I've done. My one's the same one, just painted up. This one's painted now, all done. My signal box now has interior and lighting. There is lighting on this part of the layout as well. As you can see, there's some lighting there. There's some posts. There are some trees. We do have some signage. And we've also got the fuel bowsers. So that's as far as we've got. However, we do have some lighting. So I'm going to switch the lights off, and then thank you, Warwick Road. So I can't, it's not on my, why am I not getting any of this chat on my phone, so I can't keep up with it? Yeah, I've tried, well, the background was a bit too green, and I've tried to blend it in by adding all these various different colours and trees. Johnson Street, thank you so much for saying, wow, Dinmore Junction, I didn't see you on the stream, but thank you for joining. Yeah, this is based on what I've been seeing from Don Coffey on his videos, and I'm going to that part of the world, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. So there you go. I'm just sort of giving you a little pan around to show you what we have. Right, I'm now going to shut you off for now, so brace yourselves. I'm going to see if I can make it even darker. But right, here we go. Let's see if we can get some. I'm just conscious I'm not seeing. So we've now got some lighting. So hopefully this is coming out all right. Christoph, thank you for your comment on the trees. That's really kind of you to say. Right, so I now need to take you further because there's actually some interiors to look at. So let me see if we can get you down a bit more. Right. Can't see any pigeons. Fabulous stuff. Ah, here we go. Right, let me press this button. Yes, here we go. Right, I can now see your messages through my phone. Right, I'm going to now see if I can zoom you into the hut. Oops, I don't know how well, but I don't know if you can see it, but there is actually an interior in the hut. There's actually a little table, and there's actually, let me just see if I can get you in a bit. Dinmore Junction, thank you so much. So there you go. You can see there's a table. There's actually a newspaper. There's actually a little bin in there. And I might not have any pigeons, but I do have a radiator. Look, there's a radiator in there as well, look. I can even show you how you make those. So there's a little radiator in there. So let me just pull you out a bit. All right, let's go out. Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much for the tip, Martin. Right, so we're now going to go over. Now, this light here, now, those of you who've got these lights are absolutely a pain to install. The wires are so fine, honestly, they are absolutely atrocious to try and fit these. I had 5 of them and one of them snapped. That 5th one was supposed to go there you go. I've just seen a comment saying that Helen needs a radiator in his shed. Yeah, exactly. So I was meant to put the other one here, but because I broke it, I had made one of my own ones. This is one of my own lampposts that I made. It's very similar to the ones on the container terminal, but I kind of blended them in because it's quite thick. I kind of blended it in behind there so you couldn't really see. So you couldn't see how thick it was. Right, let's go over to the signal box because the signal box has got detail as well. Now I'm hoping that we can see this detail in the signal box. Right, let's see if we can. I might have to take you off. I'm going to take you off for this. Hang on a second. Right, we're going to get you off now. Hopefully, I'm not going to kill the stream. Right, let's see if we can sort of see. I don't know if you can see it, but there is some detail in here. I'll put a floor in there. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Too much. You can't really sort of see it, but oh, you can you? But there is actually a floor. There's actually a let me see if I make sure I'm not on the mic. There's actually a man in there as well. There's some levers is there. And hopefully you can see it all. But basically, good. I'm glad you can see it, Johnson Street. So let me get you back onto this tripod before I wreck the stream. So, and I've also got the sound. Now the sound's connected to the track and not to the 12 volt. So let's just switch you back on. So, and I will. So this is my Digitrax port here, and this is the light switch which I've installed on it. Oh, whilst I'm here, I've already started making a look at the extension to the fiddle yard. So this is a sort of, as you can see on the floor, there's a bit of a track plan, not much of a track plan, but that's basically how the next piece will attach. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, but I haven't worked out the whole ins and outs. I've only just got the track today, but this is then how the track's going to sort of flow across, just to give you a visual idea of what, and to give me a visual idea of what I'm going to do next. So when I've got the time to do it, that will be a new piece of board which I will be attaching to the layout. So 59 people. Yeah, it's going to go off into my bedroom, but I'm going to be making a new unit for the bedroom to store some clothes. But on the top of that unit, I'm just going to carry on with the railway, basically. So that's how it's going to look. So let's just go back over here. Right, I'm going to sit on my mini stool because I think I deserved a break. I need a cup of tea. Maybe I should go into the hut. So, good evening. You just made it. Richard from New Junction just made it. So yeah, it's been, let me get you, I don't know what's going on here with my, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Bear with me a second, folks. Just stabilize this. See, trust it. As Richard comes onto the stream, is when my camera work goes to hell, just to show you how rough I am. You know, I need a professional to help me with my camera work. So we need to get Richard down here, do some camera work. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. I haven't actually done the doors yet for the unit, because it's just literally I just haven't got around to doing it. So like I said, here's a quick look again. So go from here back around to there, and then I was going to sort of say to you in a minute, let's just go for a little wander quickly. Look, as you can see, look, well, here you go. You might as well have a good pan round of how much it takes up of my living space. And you can see that you're all on there on the screen. So this is my blue Pullman here. And for those of you, I guess, for those of you who haven't seen, apologies for the mess, everyone. I wasn't really expecting to show you this bit, but as they say, expect the unexpected. Let's show it. For those of you who haven't seen the lighting on here, if I can find the switches. We'll do the big camera switch on the... Oh, there you go. So for those of you who haven't seen the lighting on my railway, this is how it is. So when you look at me and my developing my sleeper train, this is why, because I've got the lighting on the layout. Yeah, it's come a long way. Yeah, it has. So we've got the town scene over there. I've got my sort of flashing sort of recovery truck over there. And then, so because this is all lit, I'm trying to get it sort of lit. So when I do a nighttime running session, it doesn't matter where you go. There's always a little bit of light somewhere, hopefully. Wow, 66 of you guys watching. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. I'm really impressed. Oh, wow. That's so cool. So yeah, that's kind of how we're going. No, I don't think they'll be too pleased with that, Andy. Right, I'm just, oh, let me see if I can reverse you out. My apologies, people. I'm trying to get you to show you this bit of the, because this is totally impromptu, like I said. So forgive me for my sort of dodgy camera work. So this is the back end of where it kind of runs. So there's no lighting along this bit, but there wouldn't be in any case, because obviously you'd be traveling through the countryside, so there wouldn't be any lighting on there. So we're just going to sort of leave you there a second. Right, so bear with me a minute, folks, and then I will kind of, right, let's switch this around. Oh wow, what a marathon. What a marathon live stream. It's been absolutely brilliant. We're going to leave it here because it's been going on for probably just coming up to an hour now, which I was not expecting. I think Richard's going to come up with a video for us tomorrow, aren't you, Richard? I think that's what he said. So he's got a video for us, so stay tuned. So we've got Richard. We might have John tomorrow. I don't know if John, you got a video for us tomorrow? Sunday's always usually a good day for catching up with people's videos. Yeah, see, Richard, all being well, it's going to be another epic video. Everyone's going to be standing by watching that. What time? Any idea? Is it like a premiere or anything? So, oh, we don't know. It's a battle, isn't it? Either way, I'll be watching both anyway. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. I am absolutely really chuffed that you guys have managed to catch up with my stream. I mean, it's been absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So 5 p.m. for John's stream. Sorry, for John's video, I should say. Oh, right. A light bulb's just kind of gone. Right. So before I go, if you are interested in Susanna's Come Build With Me series, I've totally enjoyed doing this live, and I love the idea of having your interaction. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've had so much fun tonight. I've really enjoyed it. This last hour has gone absolutely like that. It's been really brilliant. However, the Come Build With Me series will be done recorded. And the reason why I'm going to be doing it recorded is because basically on the live stream, I tend to find you tend to lose a lot of the picture quality. And then when you're trying to explain to somebody how to do something and then the picture quality isn't there, then it's kind of hard for it to come across to you guys of what it actually is going to look like. So the whole point, so what I'm going to be doing is these videos will be done recorded because I think it will come out better. Iremzel, if that's your name, thank you so much. And like I said, so I'll be doing these recordings, these Come Build With Me series, and that's going to be, like I said, recorded because I think overall it will come out better for everybody to see and to learn for those of you who are interested in doing it. So what the plan is we're going to be starting off with some small stuff, although I do need to make another tunnel. So I'm also going to be showing you how to make a nifty little tool as well. So we'll be learning how to do roadways and paving and be talking about various things, ways of doing things. No problem, Andy. We'll be learning how to do catch pits and cable trunking and stuff like that. Some of it is more easier than others. Take what you want from what you will. But I just hope that you guys will actually enjoy it. One of the other big things that I'm going to get sorted before I do any of that is a decision's been made with the channel. I've been talking to my brother about this for some time, and the decision's been made to actually start monetizing it because I'm getting adverts left, right, and centre in any case. So I might as well make something of it. And if I can make any little bit out of it, I'm not going to go down the Patreon route and sort of say, oh look, become a patron. It's not, that's just not my cup of tea. So it will be whatever revenue I get from whatever Google pay out, whatever. So it will be monetized at some point, but I'm not going to be going down the whole Patreon route. So don't need to worry about sort of having to sort of pay extra to subscribe or to get certain perks and stuff. I'm not going to do any of that. It's just a case of I will monetize the channel just to get whatever revenue I'm going to get from the ads to get back, just to pay for odd little bits here and there. Yes, scissors, glue, and if you want to get is also get yourself a glue gun. That's a top tip. Get a glue gun. Absolutely, you'll love it. So anyway, I think the next video will be episode 1 of the Come Build With Me series. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I've really thoroughly had a brilliant time tonight. An hour, 8 minutes, up to 66 minutes, 66 people viewing, which is a massive thing for me. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You know, if they're gonna put channel ads on it, I might as well make something. Well, thank you for your tips, guys. So yeah, we're going to be, so there's so much to look forward to. There's going to be the extension to build. There's going to be the Susanna's Come Build With Me. There's going to be Susanna's rail trip, Rails and Judy's rail trip, to be honest, if, you know, all being well. And we'll be doing some videos there. And if we can get permission from Rails of Sheffield and permission from Digitrax, we'll see if we can do some filming whilst we're at the store and then give you guys a bit of a insight as to what these places are like. So until the next time, I'd like to thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me tonight. It's been absolutely fabulous. I've totally enjoyed it. I hope you liked all the stuff that I've shown you, and happy modelling and have fun with trains, as Burr Stewart would say. I love this guy. He's an American guy called Burr Stewart. Check him out. It's just absolutely brilliant. And we'll be talking more about the Americans and the Canadians' influence on Mildenhall and districts very, very soon. So take care, and until the next time, bye everybody, take care. Good night everyone, and God bless, and stay safe. Take care everyone. Bye-bye.